Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, my dear kids. Today, inshallah, we have a new topic, grammar lesson. But my advice to you, firstly, don't look at the past, but work for the future. And inshallah, your future will be better than today and than the past. Our lesson today is about past and the future. The past and the future. But as usual, before we start our lesson, we are going to revise the related lessons to today's lesson. Bismillah, let's start. Our lesson today, verbs for the past and the future. Of course, here we are here now, but we have some actions that happened in the past and we remember them, and we have things in the future we don't know when will it happen. Will they happen? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a'lam. Let's revise. Okay, an action word or a verb is something you can do. Very good. Thank you so much. We have studied verbs and we know that verbs are something you can do, like run. I can jump. Ali swims. We can swim. Muhammad and Ali swim. Also, we have studied that if the action is being done by one person, the verb will need to end with the letter S. I said that before. If the action is being done by one, I add what? I add S. So, Bob is one boy. Ride or rides his bike? Thank you so much. Right, very good. Sam jumps up. But if the action is being done, if the action is being done by more than one person or thing or animal, the verb will not need the letter S added. Dad and I, we are two. Dad and I eat. Thank you. I can't see eats. All of us ride, not rides. Okay, so now we learned the verb is something you can do. We learned that we add S if the action is being done by one person. We learned that we don't add S if the action is being done by more than one. Our lesson today. Today we are going to talk, as I said, about past and future. Past and the future. What is past? A verb can tell what happened in the past. What is meant by past? Past means something that happened and finished. Yesterday, last week, last month, last year. It is finished. It is about yesterday. It is not about today. It is about yesterday or last week. So when I want to talk about the past, that means I talk about something that happened and finished. Okay. I add something to, or I add some letters to the verb, mister, or I don't add anything? This is a good question. Of course, some verbs that tell about the past end with ed. End with what? Ed. E-N-D. Okay. A verb for the past expresses what? You ask yourself these questions to know what is a past. Does the action happen now? Now, I'm talking about now. Something that happens now? No. Will the action happen tomorrow? Today is Monday, tomorrow is Tuesday, or today is Tuesday, tomorrow is Wednesday. So when I talk about the past, I am talking about tomorrow? No. Did the action happen yesterday? Yes. So I am talking about an action that happened yesterday. Okay, look at the picture here. I have a little girl and a tall girl. The first sentence here, the little girl jumps. She jumps now. But the tall girl jumped. Jumped before the little girl. What I added here, I added E and D. This is now because I have S here, but this is past. Past because I added ED. The tall girl jumped and finished. So we go back to what I said. What I said, when I form a verb in the past, I add ed. When I talk about something that happened and finished, I add ed, ed to the verb. So the verb walk plus ed, play, I add ed, ask, ed, help, ed, stop plus ed, plan plus ed. So let's read them. In the past now, walked, played, asked, helped, stopped, planned. Note something very important here. Here, I remind you again and again. Some verbs I repeat the last letter before I add the ending. In stop and plan, I repeated or doubled the last letter. So stop plus ed will be stopped, plan will be planned. So I ask a question now. The verb in the past have something at the end? Yes. We add s? No. Es? No. Ies? No. What I add? What should I add? Very good. Thank you. Thank you for all of you. We add ed. We add ed. The dog. Let's answer this question. Okay. The dog spaced at me last night. Barks, barked. Look at these two words in green. I will ask you about them after a while. Last night means yesterday at night. I am talking about the past. I am talking about the past, so I choose a verb with s or with ed. Very good. The dog barked. Barked means make the sound of the dog or made the sound of the dog at me last night. Let's go to number 2. Tom spaced to school yesterday. Don't forget to look at the word in green. Tom what? Tom walks. Tom walked. Tom walks or Tom walked. This is yesterday, not today, yesterday. So Mr. Yasser said we add ed to the verb if we talk about something that happened and finished. Very good, walked. Thank you so much. The last sentence. I have a good question now. Mister, I add ed to the verb if the action is being done by one or more than one. Even one, even 100, even one more than one, even 1,000,000. I add ed to the verb. So in the past, it's easy. When I form or when I want to talk about something that happened and finished, I add ed. Jeff and Billy, they are two. Space football last week. Not this week, last week. Not this week, last week. This week is week 4, last week is week 3. So I choose play or played. All of you together. Again, again, thank you so much. Played. Why, mister, did you choose? Why did you choose played? Why did you add ed? Of course, because I am talking about something that happened and finished last week. Okay, let's move to the second part of our lesson, future. Future. Look at this guy. He is looking away to see what is coming, what will happen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what will happen tomorrow. We don't know. But we can predict. We can guess. Okay, in the future, what is a future? In the future, a verb can tell about what will happen. Will happen. It didn't happen and finish. No. It will happen. Will happen tomorrow, after 2 days, after 3 hours, next week, next month, next year. So a verb can tell about what will happen tomorrow or next week. It can begin with the word will. Pay attention. Pay attention. Take care. We don't add any letter to the verb if we tell about the future. I don't add any letter to the verb. I just put the word will before the verb. Let's see. Firstly, I ask some questions to know when the action happens. Number one, does the action happen now? I'm talking about the future. Does the action happen now? The answer is no. Did the action happen? Sorry, did the action happen yesterday? No, I am not talking about yesterday. I am not talking about today. I am talking about tomorrow. Will the action happen tomorrow? Yes. So, in the future, I am talking about the action that will happen tomorrow or next week, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, let's move to the verb. I remind you again, we do not add any letter to the verb if we tell about the future. If I am talking about tomorrow, I don't add any letter to the verb. Walk will be will walk. Play will be will play. Ask will ask. Help will help. Stop will stop. Plan will plan. Look at the verb. I didn't add any letter, but I just added the word will before the verb. So again, when I want to talk about the future, يعني tomorrow, يعني next week, يعني what is coming, I use the word will. Okay, look at this sentence. We space a new car soon. Inshallah, قريبا. We space a new car. We buy now or we will buy? We will buy. The answer is will buy. Very good, because that will happen inshallah soon, after a short time. After a short time. Number 2. I space my grandpa tomorrow. Tomorrow, inshallah, I visited my grandpa. What? Of course not. Visited means I visited and finished yesterday or last week. But I'm talking about tomorrow. That will happen. So I will visit my grandpa tomorrow. So again, when I talk about the future, put the word will. Look at this last slide. There are some words, when I see them, I know that the action is being done or done, was done in the past or will be done in the future. If you saw the word yesterday or last week, you know that the sentence is in the past. Again, grade 1. If you see the word yesterday or the word last week, the two words last week, that means that the sentence is in the past. يعني happened and finished. But if you saw the word tomorrow, or the word soon, or the word next week or next month, that means the, the verb is in the future form. Future form, that means I add will before the form, before the verb. And here in the past, I add ed. Past ed, future will. Past ed, future will. Thank you so much. Goodbye for now.